Hey everyone, this is Pharaoh Silver, the Pharaoh of Beer Money Finance, and this is the 2024 Beer Money Portfolio Year in Review. So this video is going to go a little bit differently from the others as I go through the full summary and each of the main apps, investments, and purchases that I've made in the Beer Money Portfolio this year. This is going to be a bit of a long one, and because of that, I will talk about my Atlas Earth progress in a separate video, okay? So strap in and let's talk about this year in review. So we're going to start off with the total amount that we've earned with the Beer Money Portfolio. The grand total in cash outs, and this is just earned alone, is $2,295.99, or roughly $191 a month on average. This is starting from not just zero money in the account, but no credit score either. We attempted to build that up using the Quicksilver Rewards credit card, and at this point, my credit score should be good enough that I can apply for a better rewards card. And starting January, I'll be using the Citi Double Cash card instead of the Quicksilver. The Quicksilver has served its purpose and was a strong secured card. We've already managed to get over the $25 mark this month to cash out for the first set of rewards. A 1.5% reward is nice, but upping to 2% is the main goal here as far as needing a primary credit card. I've also had 3 expenses. I bought Bridge Earn Plus for $52, and it has more than paid for itself, and I'm going to have to renew it come, I think, April, I believe. I also paid $14.99 for the NFC card from Coin, which has yet to pay for itself. That's basically about 33,000-ish coin I will need in order to break even, and I'm currently at around 7,000. Finally, this month, I paid a grand total of $321 after tax and phone covers for 2 phones. First, a used iPhone 12 with a cover for $260 plus tax, and a Samsung Galaxy A20 with a cover for $40 plus tax. Yeah, an old phone, I know. And yes, that means I'm going to start reviewing iPhone apps very, very soon, with Caden at the top of the list. Caden will be added to the Beer Money engine as well. I'm probably going to be moving a few apps from Android to the iPhone as well, so that I can diversify out the ads that I get. And I'll talk about my proposed strategy in the end of the video. Now, as far as which app won out for the month, that was pretty easy. January through April, Benjamin dominated my earnings in the portfolio as they gave out overall great rewards, and I got myself introduced to the world of earning through playing games. Then Bridge eked it out in May. Benjamin won again in June. Ever since Benjamin created the Fun Zone, however, customer service and technical support had drastically nosedived in quality to a point that I decided to look elsewhere, and I noticed that Freecash was also offering better rewards. So the winner in July was Freecash in a very close 3-way between these 3. Now August went back to Bridge. September, October, and November ended up being Freecash, and then in December the winner was Quicksilver Rewards. Yeah. $25 cash out thresholds will result in jumps like this sometimes. So the overall highest earning app this year goes to Freecash, $515.67, almost entirely from word games, although a good $50 or so did come from videos. A word game every month and a half or so really does wonders on this, and although I didn't count it in the portfolio, because we're assuming I don't live in a state where stake is allowed like Michigan or Washington, using the 30% bonus with stake would have made this total even better. Not to mention no 5% penalty, and this was with only Android apps. My next app I plan to do has its earning only available on the iPhone, and I'm hoping it'll work. We'll see as the year starts out. Second place is Benjamin at $352.53. Benjamin started very strong, but as I said earlier in the video, the Fun Zone and lack of ads have kind of ruined it for me. Now, the Daily Bonus Edition was a nice little buff, starting at 10 cents. You could earn up to 40 cents a day from it, but they've since cut that in half, as well as any day 10, 20, 30 bonuses and so on. Also, I had this issue where I had trouble keeping my daily streak going because their daily streak cutoff was at an awkward time, like 7 a.m. Eastern, seriously? Anyway, all in all, I am still earning 0.16% on all my transactions, so I mean it's still a good earner, but that minimum threshold needs to drop to at least $10. $25 is much too high in my opinion with as little as they have to offer. Third place is Bridge at $337.05. $389.05 is in earnings, minus $52 purchased with the Earn Plus membership. Bridge started strong and had always been a top 3 earner all year for me, due to the $1 a day in ads you can earn with the Earn Plus membership, and transactions that earn me as much as 34 cents every time I checked out of Walmart. So the way that you would do this is that you would triple stack the 2 coin per transaction earnings with a 2x membership bonus, a 5x grocery category, and then a 10x Walmart category. My biggest issues with Bridge, however, are with Besitos. The games were just too impossible for me to play unless I wanted to put down hundreds of dollars, which kinda ruins the point of earning through playing games to begin with. Look, I know they're trying to make money, but so am I. I'm looking for the best play for my earning buck, and Besitos, while not the worst, has been pretty rough as far as earnings go. Now, I did earn more than I did with Benjamin, but the $52 payment for the Earn Plus membership brought Bridge's profit just below Benjamin to finish the year as my 3rd highest earner. We can now move on to 4th place, OnePulse at $180. I earned the $20 limit 9 of the 12 months I had it, and while it started great, I'm not quite sure how much longer I'm going to earn that consistently. The number of surveys I've gotten has drastically decreased in the month of December, and January hasn't been looking much better so far. If this is the start of a trend, it might spell trouble down the line, and not to mention that they have also had a few nerfs, one of which no longer giving experience points on money polls. And because of that, it does give me some worry that it's going to make it that much harder to level up. Now, 5th place is Swagbucks with $155. Yes, I know that this could be a lot higher, but I hadn't been keeping track of trivia, and their game payouts are overall not that great, and usually get overshadowed by Freecash and Benjamin. Their magic receipts are easily the best thing they had because they actually worked most of the time. I'm still going through all the Jimmy Dean honey chicken biscuits we bought with the magic receipts. I must have earned close to $50 from that alone, honestly. Going forward, it and trivia are likely going to be my 2 biggest earners, at least on Swagbucks, but I plan to see what game rewards they might have too. Since I've heard from people some of the newer games do have earnings that rival that of Freecash or Benjamin. With the former, though, they're going to have to beat it by a decent amount because that stake bonus is no joke. In 6th place, we got Atlas Earth with $145. Now, I know it's kind of low at the moment, but this is almost a shoo-in to be a top 3 app next year. A lot of why it's lower this year is because we spent the entire first half of the year building it up so that we can start cashing out with it. The simulated account is currently at the highest tier in badges, 150 parcels, and is halfway toward tiering down to the 220 parcel level. I have been asked on more than one occasion if I would start letting it use the Atlas Explorer Club, and my response to that is no. The thing is, I don't think it provides the value needed for the portfolio at this time. I am focused on min-maxing the cash outs. Besides, I'm mostly only doing the Atlas Explorer Club, so that way it's a little bit of entertainment for the channel itself. And the end of next year, I'll show you side by side with my real Atlas Earth account where I do have the Explorer Club, which one has made more profit, and hint, so far, I am down by about $250. This app has potential to be a serious earner in 2025 though, already making me $23 a month and will only continue to rise as it makes its way down the tiers. Now at 7th place is Cashwalk with $140. This was a great app for a while. The challenges was what made it, however. The fun with that is now over, though, because they've gotten rid of the challenges as of September, and I've been barely making it with getting gift cards for it as it is. My hope is that I can earn $10 a month next year and at least get a comparable total start in January. We'll see what happens, just to stay within this similar range. I'm just going to have to really hustle for that one, though. However, I do want to mention one good buff that Cashwalk did have, and that is they did increase the amount of daily gift boxes from 3 to 7 and provide you with an ad doubler as well. So I guess that's a way to kind of make up for the challenges, but overall it's still a negative. Now, those were the 7 apps that earned me more than $100. The only other app that had earned me more than $50 this year was Amazon mTurk with $58.27. I know I said it had the potential to do better, and it probably did if I went and checked and did 20 minutes worth every day. But I feel like playing games might actually be more efficient than most of these studies now. I might hit a big one here and there, like a $2 one that I got a couple weeks ago, which was only about 5 minutes. That was pretty cool. But most of the 10-cent per minute standards on surveys just don't add up when I can make $150 to $200 on a word game and just do something else as ads play in the background. I'll keep going back to it though to try to get something out of it, but probably not until March because this is currently kind of that winter season for mTurk where they don't have as many surveys out or as many studies out. Now, PaidViewpoint is at 9th with $48.03. This app isn't bad, but also suffers from the same issues that most survey sites are right now. They're very time-consuming and they don't meet up with inflation. Now, to their credit, 10 cents for a screen out is great, but most of their surveys offer around 6 to 7 cents a minute, which is roughly the same rate that they had in 2015. A lot of this is not the fault of the survey providers. I think that marketing companies realize more and more people are looking for quick cash and know that they can pay these rates. But I will admit that the juice is quickly no longer becoming worth the squeeze like it did a decade ago, especially with other options that are out there. It's something that these companies are going to have to deal with, I feel, in the next few years, and maybe they might raise the rates of their studies at that point. I guess time will only tell. And rounding out the top 10 is Ember Fund with $41.75. This isn't bad, but there's clearly a hard ceiling here with what someone can earn. And that is around 12 to 13 Satoshi a day if you are by yourself, and up to 100 if you earn with friends, mainly referrals, making your earnings entirely dependent on the price of Bitcoin. Now, some might like that, I don't. I also don't like how around October, Ember Fund turned into a social casino, or a de facto one anyway, and has made it harder to earn as a result. Now, if you want to know how to beat this system, a little pro tip that I learned from Tasty Wallet. If you need to play through some money, play the dice game and set it to the highest possible odds, which should be the 2. That is a 98% chance to earn 1.01x, and set it to the lowest possible bet that you possibly can, which I believe is 100 Satoshi at a time. The house edge is still around 1%, so you are losing money, but at least it's less volatile than predictions or 50-50ing the dice game in my opinion. I need to do an 11th place because this is significant, but upside with $40.68. I've been using this app a lot more lately for gas rewards. Circle K's near my area will give me a 15 to 25 cent discount on gas. And if I combine it with my Sam's Club Rewards card, it will also give me 5% cash back on any gas purchase. And that's 5% of the original total. So for example, a Circle K near my area has gas for $2.99 a gallon right now. Upside tells me for me it's $2.82, 17 cents off. With my Sam's Club credit card, I earn 5% of the $2.99 on top of it for another 15 cents a gallon off, roughly. So overall, I'm getting a 32 cent a gallon discount for a $2.67 a gallon price. I mean, that does save me a good $9 a month considering I fill up about 30 gallons a month. Also, I've been craving Domino's Brooklyn style pizza lately, and I know it's Domino's, but it's really good. So that's also 15% cash back at the Concord stores, and I think it can go up to like 20 on some days. I do wish there was a good local pizza joint near me offering cash back. I think Buzz Viking Brewery does have a pretty good one, but they are pretty expensive. Now I'm going to start grouping together Coin Out, Frisbee, Receipt Hog, Pogo, and Receipt Jar into one group called Receipt Apps. And mostly because their ceiling is just not very high, and it's not going to be worth it to kind of talk about them except talking about them all together. Now, in the case of Pogo, I'm aware they're not like the others because they do have offer walls and games, but their offer earnings are so pitiful on those compared to Freecash and Benjamin that I decided to just stick to receipts. So overall, the receipt apps I've earned $86.89, divided as follows: $35 in Coin Out, $25 in Receipt Hog, $11.10 with Frisbee, $10.79 with Pogo, and $5 with Receipt Jar. Next year, they will be as a group, though, so I'll try to break it down like this, but no promises. Other earners for the year include OneQ with $29.50, Microsoft Rewards with $25, Coinbase Learning at $21.67, Cointoply with $5.16, Givey at $2.19. I just keep ignoring using it, so I'm going to start making a habit out of using it a little bit more often as I go to sleep. Just Play at $2.15, and Bling Financial with 24 cents. Finally, I got $2.80 in savings account interest and $34.80 in rewards from the Quicksilver credit card. Also, coins profited is at negative $14.99 from the NFC card shipping. Now, as far as stocks and bonds, I've been trying to stick to as close to a 75-25 stocks, bonds, crypto allocation as much as I can. If I have more in stocks and less in crypto, that's also okay. Now, within crypto, I try to keep a decent 2-to-1 balance of Bitcoin to Ethereum, and I am, it's like closer to 3.5 to 1, honestly. I also want to try to add a little Solana, but opportunities to make free Solana have been slim at best. Also, stocks took a bit of a dip this last month, especially in international stocks, so I have used my recent cash of $230 and disproportionately added some international stocks to it. More of an opportunity to buy more, basically. So overall, about 4% is in crypto, 18% in bonds, mostly in the US government I-bond, and 77%, or 78% I should say, is in stocks divided almost perfectly 2-to-1 between US and international stocks. I fell just shy of $2,000, however, because I had to use some of the profits to pay for a phone, and the stock market did take a pretty big dip toward the end of the year. Now, my goal for 2025 is pretty simple, a $5,000 beer money portfolio. Now, in order for this to happen, the market has to agree with me, and hopefully the market will be running in our favor, and I'm going to have to keep the word games coming because those $150, $200 word game ads might not be around forever. Not quite sure. I'm going to be very picky on what I decide to use, and also I'm going to use my iPhone a lot more to play those games to try to earn more because iPhone games tend to get paid more than Android games. Hopefully with this combined, I'll be able to come up with the $5,000 by the end of the year. We will see what happens. And that's pretty much the video, everyone. So hopefully you had a good 2024 with your beer money apps as well. Let me know in the comment section. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Beer Money Engine. And don't forget the notification bell icon. I need to start mentioning about that. All right, everybody. This is Pharaoh Silver signing out. I will see you all in the next video. Bye, everybody.